In the days when the earth still listened to human footsteps, there stood a village called Ayanfe, built between red soil and sacred trees. The people believed that blood carried memory, and that in that village lived a man named Lekan and his younger sister, Morounke. They were born of the same mother, nursed by the same breasts, named by the same elder, and blessed under the same moon. From childhood, they were inseparable. But what began as closeness slowly bent into something unnatural, something the ancestors had forbidden long before Lekan was born. As Lekan grew into manhood, his thoughts no longer rested. His eyes followed Morounke where they should not. His dreams twisted. He tried to silence them with work, with prayer, with drink, but desire that grows in darkness does not die quietly. The elders warned often, blood that desires blood invites fire. But Lekan told himself lies. She is gentle because she knows me, he reasoned. My heart chooses who it chooses, he said. Love cannot be evil, he whispered. Yet the earth knew better. One night, as the moon hung low and swollen, Lekan spoke his desire aloud. Morounke froze. The air thickened. The fire crackled sharply, as though in warning. Brother, she said, her voice trembling, what you speak of has no name. It is cursed. She fled their mother's hut, leaving behind silence so heavy it pressed on Lekan's chest. That night, the village drum refused to sound. No one had touched it, yet it cracked down the middle. The elders gathered. Something was wrong. From that day, misfortune followed Lekan like a shadow that did not blink. His harvest failed, though others flourished. Animals avoided his path. Children cried when he passed. At night, he dreamed of hands pulling him underground, hands with familiar faces. His late father appeared in one dream, eyes hollow. You have stained the line, the spirit said. What was meant to protect you now hunts you. But still, Lekan refused to turn back. Desire had become obsession. Against warnings, against tears, against the laws older than speech, Lekan tried to force what should never be. The moment he crossed that final boundary, the sky screamed. Thunder split the earth, though there was no rain. The sacred iroko tree cracked open, bleeding sap like tears. Morounke collapsed, her spirit shaken loose from her body. The village screamed. The ancestors answered. That night, Egbere, the watcher of broken laws, came. It did not knock. It rose from the ground. Its body was smoke and bone, its voice the sound of grinding stones. You have eaten what was not food, it said. You have desired what was never offered. It did not kill Lekan. It did something worse. It took his name. From that night on, no one could remember him clearly. His face blurred in memory. His voice echoed strangely. He walked among the living as though half unmade. Morounke survived, but she was never whole again. She no longer laughed. She no longer sang. Her eyes carried storms. The elders performed cleansing rites for 7 days and 7 nights. Goats were sacrificed. Drums were beaten until hands bled. Finally, the oldest woman spoke. This is not only his sin, it is a wound in the village. They turned to Lekan. You must leave, they said, not as punishment but as protection. Lekan, but the earth remained silent. When he stepped beyond the village boundary, the ground closed behind him. The path vanished. It is said he wanders, still faceless, nameless, warning travelers in broken whispers. Some desires are traps. Some love is poison. Years later, Morounke became a priestess not by choice, but by survival. She guarded the taboos fiercely, teaching children with eyes full of truth. She would say, "Love that destroys is not love. What the ancestors forbid is forbidden for a reason. And when the drum was beaten during festivals, it sounded again deep, full, alive, but never during the season Lekan left. Some lines are not meant to be tested. Some desires are not meant to be fed. The river that forgets its source will dry up. Obedience to wisdom is not oppression, it is survival. And when sacred boundaries are broken, the consequences do not ask permission.